Humans have always been explorers. We've always wanted to go to different countries and explore different lands and climb higher peaks, and we believe that there's nowhere left to explore. But that's not true.
Definitely won't be stairs. It would probably be the views. Like when you achieve, like being able to get to the top, and the view is just so satisfying, and you're just kind of there like, I don't want to leave. But then you kind of have to go.
I mean, the hardest part is getting into the building at first because, of course, it's all boarded up. You know, there are barbed wire and fences that you have to get over. Getting into the grounds is usually the easiest part. I mean, one downfall of exploring these buildings is the security. You know, you're always wandering around each corner when you're trying to get in, thinking, oh God, what if there's a security guard, or dogs even, you know. And sometimes we've been fortunate enough that there's not been that many guards, or none at all.
So we found a way in, and we're using that ladder.
When you're exploring these buildings, you have to be so careful about floors caving in, asbestos, you know, we have to wear masks when we go in. When you go inside buildings, it's like a different world because the building has begun to crumble and become very desolate. There was this one time when we went into this mansion, they had this chapel and the ceiling was absolutely gorgeous. These paintings on the ceiling were just remarkable, and you know, it's really special thinking I am one of the few people who get to experience this, and it's just, when you start exploring, it's just so peaceful to think, you know, you are almost completely alone. When we explore the buildings, you know, one main danger are the floors. You know, there's been moments where we need to get through certain corridors, upstairs, and, you know, it's a real risk of death even. Terrifying if you think about it. You know, one wrong move and you could die. You know, there's been times where, you know, we have to walk over these planks whilst everything else has been caved over, and you're like, is this gonna hold me? Am I gonna fall? I think that really adds to the thrill of it. You know, you get adrenaline pumping through your system, and you know, I just think that if you want to explore these buildings, you have to be prepared. You know, I could get seriously injured doing this.
I'm an urban explorer. I like to go by the alias Dax. I've explored a lot of places over the course of the last few years or so while I've been into this, but two things urban explorers hate: security and locks. And there's a number of ways, really 2 ways you can deal with locks of all kinds. You can pick them, which is like skill-based, so I can demonstrate that now. I've got a standard pin tumbler house lock, 6 pins, something that you might find in not on a front door, but on like a locked door on the inside of a building. And okay, so I can pick it quickly for you here. This is a relatively high-level lock, has some security pins in it, makes it difficult for many to pick. And there we go. And that's the lock picked. So that took maybe a minute or something. And so then I'd be on the other side of whatever happens to be that door.
What was the second one?
Well, you can also melt through the core of a lock. So something like this, it's a low quality master lock, really shit. People buy them thinking that they're going to be secure because it's big and it's heavy and it looks good, but it's not. And the cores on the inside, the thing that spins when you put the key in, is often made of some metal which melts at a low temperature. So you can use a compound that we procure by combining a number of combine them, and it's this kind of fluid when it's hot, and it's this hard substance when it cools that burns at a very high temperature, and it can melt through a lot of the metals that make up the core of locks. And many other, so things like this you might be able to do, definitely padlocks, low-level padlocks, and some other cable locks. And we can maybe demonstrate it for you today, if I have some lying around.
Hi, my name's Liddy, and I'm here exploring one of these latest construction buildings around Battersea. So there are 3 different types of exploring. There's heights, there's abandoned places, and there's sewers, which is not my kind of thing. And neither is abandoned places, so heights is definitely my kind of thing to do. And I don't know, when you do this kind of exploring, it's just the adrenaline when you're high up, and if you feel like there's no one holding you down, and you get to see everything. So it's not something that's right in front of you. It's everywhere, literally everywhere that you see what's going on, and it's not something you can experience from the ground. It's currently the 5th of November, so it's near bonfire night and everything like that. This kind of week and weekend is the best time to kind of go on top of these kind of buildings, I guess you could say. And because of the fact there are just so many fireworks, you can just see them everywhere. So if you can't find a place an event where to go on the ground, you just go to the top of the roof and you just see everything, so it doesn't really matter where you are. So you probably can't hear me because of the train. Why don't I do it now? Why don't I go see things that other people just walk past by every day and take for granted? I mean, we live in a city where we have everything that we need at our hands. And there are some places that don't get to have views like this. They've never seen anything so beautiful before. They don't have like places to construct their own buildings and to live in and be safe. And it's something that we take for granted as people. And I think that it's really important that we need to remember our humanity, remember that you only live once, and you need to live it. Stop saying no, and that you'll do it tomorrow. Why not? Just do it now. Just do it right now, and live in the right way.